Give me an example of a Joe Biden lie that's similar to Donald Trump saying he was going to end the war in 24 hours. Go. You have 4 years.
I can't be specific.
Then don't make. Then don't make
generalizations.
No, because you make generalizations, and you're saying the Democrats do the same stuff. Name me one Democrat a lie like they're going to end the war in 24 hours. Give me one. Give me just one example, Gary.
I'm shocked I got through so fast. I think it's Monday, and what do you call it? I think you're losing the war and losing the ratings. Like maybe in a day or two, you get more calls. Usually the signal is
okay,
busy.
So Gary,
Busy.
as far as losing the ratings go, I'm gaining about 1,000 followers on YouTube, subscribers every single day. We have about 200,000 people that listen to this show every day. We get an incredible amount of phone calls every single day. So I would disagree with you on that assessment, Gary, that somehow my numbers are going down. So is there anything of substance that you would like to talk about today, please?
I stand corrected. I hope they all hear me. First of all, I think it's a miracle that all these airplanes, so many of them, more and more of them, flying all over the damn place, that we didn't have so many incidences until recently.
Why do you think, Gary, we have so many incidents that have taken place over the course of the last month?
I guess it's just what do you call it? Law of averages. It has nothing to do with Trump.
So you don't think it has? So you don't think it has anything to do with any of the layoffs? You don't think it has anything to do with some people that are working 2 jobs? You don't think it has anything to do with people in very important positions that have been let go? And you don't think it has anything to do with the rhetoric either? You don't think? You think it's just? So I guess my question is, you think it's just a coincidence?
Well, you might be onto something, sort of. There might be down in morale, and people are, acting up and stuff, not paying attention to their job like they should be. Maybe.
I think morale is down, Gary. I think you're onto something. I agree with you. And when you're threatening the livelihood and jobs of so many good, hardworking Americans that are just doing their job, the morale is going to be down, and maybe the focus will be down a little bit. And I'm not saying I'm saying Donald Trump and Duffy are responsible for every single plane incident, but I am saying I'm not buying that it's just some sort of coincidence, because I don't think it is. That would be like saying January 6th was just a coincidence. No, it happened cause and effect because Donald Trump lied about the 2020 election and said it was stolen. Then we had something called January 6th. And I think the rhetoric, the layoffs, and the attacks. It is interesting. Gary, do you remember that really bad train derailment where they were blaming Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden for that train derailment? And why isn't he down there? It is interesting because when you have these catastrophes and these crashes, they don't blame Donald Trump. But when anything happened under the Joe Biden administration, they were the first to blame Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden. I do find that interesting, Gary.
Well, politics is a nasty thing. But let me say something to some of your 200,000 listeners. What I'm anxious about a couple of things. First, when are we going to take care of the term limits that Republicans have been talking about for years?
Okay, but hold on.
To do something.
Okay, so Gary, let's talk about that. So first of all, I agree with you. I think there should be term limits. When have you said to yourself, Republicans are actually going to do what they say they are going to do? It starts with the president, who's hijacked the Republican Party all the way down. Example, he said he was going to hire a special prosecutor to go after Hillary Clinton. He never did. He said that he was going to build a wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. He never did. This time around, he campaigned on inflation. Inflation is up. He campaigned on the fact that he was going to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. How's that working out? Is there peace in the Middle East? So my question to you is, why would you believe the Republicans? Why would you believe them when they say they're going to do something? You know what they're doing? They care more about Donald Trump on Mount Rushmore. They care more about banning books. They care more about attacking drag queens. These are not serious people. These are not serious lawmakers. They are noisemakers, Gary. What will it take for you finally to realize that? What is Donald Trump's replacement plan for Obamacare? He's had 9 years to come up with a replacement plan.
Well, let me ask you something. I can't answer all of those questions because they're politicians.
Answer one. No, come on. Don't compare their politicians and be general. Democrats say they're going to do something. They put bills together that try to solve problems. It could be talking about, weapons and violence when it comes to that. It could be talking about health care. It could be talking about even the border, the bipartisan border bill. Don't compare. Don't in 2025, Gary. With all due respect, don't compare Republicans to Democrats. Many of the Republicans that are in office today are not serious lawmakers. They're noisemakers. I'm sorry, they just are. I'm not saying Democrats are perfect, but they actually have put forth bills like, listen, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, a bill helping to give medical benefits to those that have served this country, the bill that Joe Biden put forth with Jon Stewart, the most bipartisan gun control bills that have been put forward and signed into law in decades. What the hell has Donald Trump done?
Well, he's trying to make the country better. I do believe
and
that.
And how is he doing that? What is he doing to make the country better?
You're dominating this whole conversation.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm sorry, I didn't contribute any money, but can I just say one thing? And then
I don't care whether you contribute money or not. Answer my question. You just said that he's making America better. What is he doing? Tell me.
This is not what I was going to say, but I'll tell you this. You started to show off that he's afraid of Putin. He's kissing his butt,
yeah, he is,
and everything.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, Putin has all those nuclear weapons, and he can shoot satellites out of the sky. He could be an old madman and go crazy someday. And Zelensky doesn't have that.
First of all, hold on. Let me respond to what you just said.
Maybe he's trying to save
Gary,
the world and save the country.
Gary, with all due respect, just because somebody has nuclear weapons doesn't mean that we side with him and give him concessions over our allies and call Zelensky a dictator. That is ridiculous. Kim Jong-un has weapons as well. It doesn't mean that we bow down to evil, murderous dictators. And that is who Vladimir Putin is. And just because you might have nuclear capabilities doesn't mean that we should be okay with them invading our allies. That is a ridiculous excuse. Hundreds of thousands of people have lost their lives. And for you to be okay with that, I'm shocked.
I'm not okay with it, but Putin won't be alive forever. He will go sooner or later.
What does that have to?
Time.
What does that
Maybe
have to
Trump
do with
is
it?
Buying time to save
what
the
do you
country
mean?
And the world.
He's buying time. He said he was going to end the war in 24 hours. He campaigned on that, and people like you voted.
Politician, here we go again.
Stop it! Give me an example of a Joe Biden lie that's similar to Donald Trump saying he was going to end the war in 24 hours. Go. You have 4 years.
I can't be specific.
Then don't make generalizations. No, because you make generalizations, and you're saying the Democrats do the same stuff. Name me one Democrat a lie like they're going to end the war in 24 hours. Give me one. Give me just one example, Gary.
How about Obamacare? It's going to, what do you call it? You could pick any doctor. You can keep your doctor, and it's going to save money.
When Barack Obama made that
short notice, that's the best I got right now.
Okay, so you can't give me any real examples, but you want to compare Donald Trump and Republicans and the lies and the lack of actual lawmaking to the Democratic Party. Gary, I do appreciate your phone call, but I think you struggled there, my friend, and I appreciate you calling in.